Bospar is a principal at Bospar Public Relations, a PR firm based in San Francisco that specializes in the tech industry. And great to have you back here at the Stock Exchange, Curtis. So,
great to be here.
Yeah, and one thing that's really unique about is work from home. You're 100% work from home, right? Your workforce, even before the pandemic.
Right. Starting on day one in 2015, we were a work from home firm. And I think because everyone's working from home, they're more dedicated to their work. And the awards that we have won have shown it. Just yesterday, we were named Best Mid-Sized PR Agency by PR News.
I saw that. So, yeah, and that helps you be global.
It does.
Right? I mean, at least national, right? Are you global as well?
We have people in different parts of the country that work with different parts of the world.
Okay.
And so the thing is like we're always on and there's no time wasted with commuting and stuff. And it's really good for young families, especially for young mothers. And I think the thing that I'm finding really interesting is Loom was just acquired by Atlassian. And on the same hand, Elon Musk is saying crazy stuff about working from home.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, there's a lot of debate about it. And I think I've just come to realize it's going to be each individual company that's got to figure out what's best for them.
Right.
So let's talk about that Loom acquisition. So Atlassian bought it for what was almost $1 billion?
Almost a bill.
Okay. And Loom is a messaging app. So how does that fit into where we're going with technology and work?
Well, every year, more and more people are working from home. That's been the same since the 60s when they were tracking work from home. And this is from economists. And so Loom is a part of the bigger story about people working from home and using technology to figure that out. And so it makes sense that it was acquired. It was disappointing that it wasn't acquired for its previous valuation, but the economy as it is, that's probably the best they could get. Yeah. And so I think people will continue looking to ways to work from home, especially when they're trying to attract the smartest and best workers in the market. And so that will always be with us. And economists believe it will continue to grow no matter how people like Elon Musk try to tamp it down.
Mm-hmm. And video is still hot, right? So
yes.
You use a lot of video in your business.
Yes.
Okay, explain why is that important? How does that work with Bospar?
Asynchronous video is important to understand how people are. The non-visual cues are important. Mm-hmm. If you've ever been in a conference call without video, it's almost hard to know when someone's going to talk, when someone's not. And so that is a huge component of that. And I think it'll grow even next year when Apple introduces their augmented reality headset. And I think it's going to be an even more important way of how we work and adjust.
Okay, so I want your thoughts about how this is going to look in, let's say, 20 years with augmented reality, virtual reality, metaverse. Are we going to be in conference calls, our bodies at home, but we have some avatar in a meeting?
I think that's it.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be that way and more. I think that it's going to mean different things to cities as they once had to figure out about how to get this dense core. Now with everyone working from home or working from wherever, they're going to have to figure out what that means for their economics. And that's going to be an interesting way for places like San Francisco and New York to figure themselves out.
Yeah, that digital nomad lifestyle is very attractive to a lot of people. You can travel, you can be with an aging parent. There's just so much more flexibility with it. I mean, I understand the importance of being in an office, but I think working from home and having that flexibility is important as well.
During the pandemic, I lived in France because I wanted to be close to my husband's family. And I also was worried about what was going to happen with the election. And I think more people are going to look for those opportunities, those once in a lifetime opportunities. And new parents especially find that to be important, or even new pet parents have a new puppy. And I think that the other thing that we're not thinking about enough is how much greener it is. And I think as we continue to see climate change, create more and more repercussions, we're going to see more people thinking working from home is a smarter, better way to work.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, greener for sure. I mean, you don't have the driving and all the transportation.
It's the most, commuting is the thing that Americans hate the most, the most. And they are willing to take a pay cut to work from home. And the typical work from home person saves about $6,000 by working from home. So there's all sorts of reasons why it's never going away.
Yeah. So how do you do, like in an office, do you have meetings every day? Like how do you make this work and make sure everybody is on subject, focused? I mean, how do you operate?
Well,
business?
we use a lot of video conferencing, whether it's Zoom, whether it's Google, whether it's Microsoft Teams. And that's why the whole Loom acquisition was interesting to us. And that's why Apple's upcoming product is going to be interesting. The reason why I'm excited about that one is it will allow for eye-to-eye communication.
Okay, the Apple one.
Yes. And I think that's going to be important for a lot of people who are tired of like staring at that little dot in the screen.
Right, yeah, I get it. So, okay, so what's the future? I guess just for you, for Bospar?
I think the future for all of us is going to be figuring out what work is like and how it's going to be different and how it's going to evolve. I think just like the iPad created new ways of using mobile technology, I think these technologies that are coming up are going to make us rethink work again and again and again. I think work's going to continue to innovate no matter what. And as far as Bospar is concerned, we want to be on the cutting edge of tech.
Yeah. Well, and you're in the tech capital of the world, so it makes sense.
Don't tell New York that. New York's the capital of everything.
Well, we know Silicon Valley, although New York, I think, is trying to muscle in there. So
I appreciate that. I think there's tech enough for New York and San Francisco.
Competition is good, right?
It
for
is.
all of us. So
Hug each other to death.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much, Curtis. Great
Thanks,
to see
Jane.
you. Yep.